NBC5 responds. It was last month our investigation revealed there is no state agency keeping track of whether school buses in Illinois undergo their required semi-annual safety inspections. Now, it was our reporting that led to a fleet of uninsured school buses being taken off the road. That owner of the bus company is now facing charges.
And disturbed by those results of our investigation, one state lawmaker is now pledging to take action and update Illinois law. PJ Randhawa shares more on his plan to make school buses safer.
Our investigation started after a Calumet City man hit by an uninsured school bus contacted us for help with his insurance claim in August of last year. As we tried to figure out how this school bus was allowed to operate without insurance, we learned two important facts along the way. First, NBC5 Response found in Illinois, school buses are only required to show proof of insurance every 2 years in order to operate. And second, even though state law requires school buses to undergo safety inspections every 6 months or 10,000 miles, we found no state agency is keeping track of the bus companies that don't comply. The result? Our investigation found this fleet of Culver school buses were able to operate for more than 10 years without routine safety inspections. And for at least 6 months, the company was transporting Chicago public and private school students on uninsured buses.
I think we got to send a strong message after this report that we're going to have zero tolerance for putting our children at risk.
Enter Illinois State Representative Marcus Evans. He says he was angered by what we discovered about school bus oversight and safety in Illinois.
And we got to make sure we send a message to everybody that the safety of our children is a top priority. And I don't think that's the case right now. Because of all of the work that you've done, kind of opening this up, exposing this, action is going to happen.
The Illinois Department of Transportation told us last month it doesn't have the power to fine school bus operators who skip those required safety inspections. IDOT says that's the job of law enforcement. However, the agency admits it doesn't alert law enforcement about uninspected or dangerous school buses that may be on the road either. While IDOT may not have records for Culver's inspections, we wanted to know if they tracked how often other school bus companies were being inspected. But we hit another wall. IDOT says it doesn't keep logs of how often school buses are being inspected, period. Do you think if a company decides not to get safety inspections, there should be some penalty, some action that DOT can take to either get them off the road or get an answer from them?
Without question. And that should be a serious message sent. The company should not be able to operate. And if they do something like this company did, which is just totally disregard the regulations, that the entire company should be shut down. The message got to be sent after this.
Representative Evans says he's now working on legislation to close what he calls gaps in state oversight of school buses.
People assume that these buses are safe. And I think it's unfair for us with the public trust to not know for a fact. So we definitely need more inspections done, and we definitely need more certainty on insurance. And that's a policy piece that we can address.
Representative Evans says he's working with the Secretary of State to draft legislation, which he plans to file early this session.
I'm going to be pushing hard. It'll be one of my definite for the new session priorities.
Sherry Culver, the owner of Culver's Transportation, was charged with several misdemeanors related to the operation of her school buses last month. When we spoke to Culver in December, she told us all her buses are now off the road. Representative Evans tells us he's begun drafting his bill, but the timeline for introduction to the legislature is unclear. PJ Randhawa, NBC5 responds.
Thanks to PJ for following up.